Hey, happy Friday. Welcome back to the Den of Iniquity. This is Ken Shaving and BSing, home of your, well, I guess former, original Big Shave Best Champion. And today we're going to be featuring a product I forgot to highlight yesterday when I did the Big Shave East swag bag and procurements. The Blackland Dart. Stainless steel machined, beautiful razor. 3-piece, of course. Do a quick disassembly. Lovely handle, good length, about maximum length that I prefer. There's the bottom plate. Let me give you where some light. Here's your bottom plate. And a bit contoured, and unlike the Blackbird, this fits into the top cap as such, as you can see with the top plate. Now, it does contour the blade some. You put it in the top cap, put your bottom plate on, and listen as I tighten down. You get the blade kind of crinkle there, so it does give it a bit of a contour, forms it with the into the top cap and bottom plate. The blade I'm using, I'm going back to for my last blade test. It was such a super comfortable blade. The Wizamet Iridium Super Extra Stainless. And we're going to get into this razor. We're going to use, for our soap today, we're going to be using Ariana and Evans SoCal Hipster. I did one shave with the Dart Monday when I got back before I went to work. And I really liked the shave, but I was really testing not only the razor, but also Peter's soap base, since this is the first time I've tried the new goat milk and lanolin formula he's coming up with and putting out in his, now he's a soap maker. And I really had a great post-shave feel. Probably, maybe the best, since I've started paying attention to post-shave feel outside of post-shave product, maybe the best one there. And that's saying a lot, because I have a lot of soaps. So this one, like a pineapple, mango, a few other notes. I'm gonna pair it with iced pineapple from Sterling for an aftershave. And we're gonna treat this kind of like my blade test. I'm going to use the cube and make sure I use the cube this time as pre-shave, because I want to get the optimal shave possible using the Blackbird. So I want to make sure I don't defeat it by any poor prep. So I'm going to wet the face and we'll cube up. I'm just out of the shower, so cleaned out, hydrated, ready to go. Here's my, just spread that around, get into the whiskers. I'm out a little water. I don't really need a lather boost with this, but that's also part of the cube's function. I put it in order with Douglas. I'm getting the banana oil, the yellow cube, with the plate, so I'll have something actually nice to put my cube on. And I've enjoyed the cube so much that I just decided to get the other one because it was only $10 for the soap dish plate they've come out with, and the cube itself. So it was really just a nice deal. Plus I picked up his classic bay rum, since now I'm a convert. So wet the assassin brush, since I'm using this because it's Peter's soap. I haven't used this brush in a while, and it really is one of my favorites. I just was going full PAA across the board for my blade reviews, and I still have a few left. Just to tell you what's coming up and what I have left in the blade review series. I have the the Pole Silver stainless blade. That's the new old stock style. So I got this coming up. I have the Gillette Platinum Plus, which you would get in stores, and they're made in Brazil. And from what I read, seems pretty decent. And I didn't say I originally when I set out I said I wouldn't do derby and feather, but you know what? Maybe I should. Just close out the last two with the allegedly most comfortable and the least sharp and the sharpest and arguably one of the most uncomfortable blades, depending on if you get a dud or not and your capability. I've learned to appreciate feathers a lot more in certain razors, like breaking them into the leaf, which is, I have feathers in here, gave me a closer shave, and it was still comfortable in the razor. Let's get lathering up here with SoCal Hipster, then we'll get into the Dart. But maybe I should leave a comment down below if you want to see me do the derby and the feather, just to do that extreme, since I've done, is it 32 now? 32 blades with the, using the Wizamet. I'm going to paint in some water here. I will say for a synthetic, this is not, because I dip, I dip the brush, it does hold some water for a synthetic fiber, but also releases the soap beautifully, like a good synthetic should. And with the slightly higher loft, I get a good splay. It's a good paint-on brush, but it's a good lathering brush if you like a little more splay. You want a higher loft. This assassin brush is pretty friggin' cool. Plus, it matches the razor beautifully. One of my top razors is the Assassin from Shaving Shop, the club. I was intrigued by the look, more intrigued by the shave once I got it. A really nice, good mid-level razor for, I want to say it's $24.95, maybe $29.95. I cannot recall. But great weight. I mean, it's nothing fancy. It's kind of pot metal-y, but it's a pretty friggin' good razor. It's a good performer. For those who, I mean, doesn't blend with, go with every shaver. Some people, I got a replacement top cap from good brother Ross McBee. Shout out to the Live in 5 guys. I'm just not set to do a good live shave unless I use this, and it will still be the same angle as watching them as recorded. I might try it still. Alright, let's warm up the blade. This is a very comfortable blade in the Rockwell 6S Plate 4. Now, this razor, for my initial shave, it was pretty easy to use. I mean, it was, I wouldn't say as intuitive as the Blackbird, because the Blackbird with its geometry sort of dials you in, and then you just hold it and let go with it. So you really gives you the chance to not rock the wrist. This one, a little more traditional head shape. So you're gonna definitely you're gonna notice two things: that it's, like I said, not intuitive, and you're gonna have blade feel. I did get one weeper here on my chin on Monday, very small one, but otherwise I found it to be a very comfortable shave. Just the blade feel was definite. I got to meet Shane at Big Shave East and talk to him and praise the Blackbird, and I went and jumped in on the Dart. So you're going to hear some audible feedback. Much like the Blackbird, it's a pretty weighty razor. Just let the weight work and just let it go. Don't do anything fancy, much like in wet shaving in general, as we've all found out. This may have the second most audible feedback I get in a razor, except for perhaps the Phoenix Shaving Prismatic, due to how the blade exposure is on the Prismatic. This thing retails at $99. Definitely more traditional head shape. I found it very easy. With any new razor, I'm always careful because, I mean, this one didn't even have tests yet, except for Austin Miller, the clean shaver, I believe, did. I didn't see anyone else do one. If I'm mistaken, I'm sorry, but didn't know many others. And not being as experienced a wet shaver, by no means am I that experienced compared to many others out there. Those are not even on YouTube or even on social media. They've been doing it since they started shaving, and they're my age. Me, 2.5 years. November will be 3. Right there I had a skip. I felt the blade, but did not cut myself. So be mindful of that. Don't get too quick like I just did. But this is 2 days growth, and I'm pretty close already. This is no rinse, and usually I check. I'm pretty freaking close. And this blade is a nice pairing with it. I may go see a couple movies. I still haven't seen Deadpool 2. So I'm thinking about going to see that and go see Ant-Man and the Wasp. Because there's always something to see with those, with the MCU movies in particular. And I know X-Men is an MCU technically, because it's not a Marvel Studios Disney. All right, so let's get back to the dart. So that was the first pass. In my main spots where I don't get as close the first time, where I have to give it some buffing, it's about the same as a normal razor, but this pass over here in particular, closer than normal. This side not as much, and maybe because I use my right hand versus my left hand and just to find motor skill differences there. I will say, while initially this soap is pineapple forward, go talk to the soap for a second, the mango comes out as very strong when lathered and sitting. So it's a very tropical scent. Very bright, sweet. I get a very fresh fruit vibe from it to my nose. Along with, I mean, the other notes, you can go on the site and read it. Or ask Peter. I don't. Or if you go to one of Rudd's videos, Rudd Shaves. He's the man for notes. I mean, like very descriptive notes on scents and performance. So I go to him for that. I mean, there are a vast amount of good brother YouTubers and some good sisters out there YouTubing that, you know, talk about products they use and give them fair shakes. So I always go for them with experience when I'm unfamiliar, or if I can't picture in my mind what that would smell like. Because I'm one of those, I gotta smell it when I'm there to understand it. Like Peter Spartacus, which is Creta Ventus. Now that's not hard to fathom. Most of us in wet shaving community have probably smelled an Aventus type scent. And what I really enjoyed Peter's, and the soap-based performance was also excellent. Okay, let's go pass 2 with the dart. Wisdomit Iridium Super Extra Stainless. Actually, the technically in the blade says Super Iridium Extra Stainless. Very light. So I really want to put this razor through its paces. Plus, I've already got it on a borrow list. It can be intuitive. It just doesn't set you up. You have to rely more on your experience using a DE. Just got a weeper right here on my neck. I got some inflammation there, so. There's really a bump. But once you line up with this, you're going to get a good shave. I really liked it. Sorry, you got to look right down my gullet, but to be honest, puffing air in my cheek, it doesn't get me as close as stretching the skin that way. So sorry for those who are newer. If you watch all my videos, I make the dumbest faces in wet shaving. So you can hear the feedback even on the second pass. Got a little weeper there, but I got some inflammation there too. So generally my skin's been behaving, but you know, little issues, but it's just the operator and getting familiar with this razor. Take your time with it. Unless you're a wet shaving savant or you've just been doing it so long that you can pick up any razor and just go, I wouldn't recommend going on cruise control with this razor quite yet. I can't. I'm very excited actually. Nomeo Shaves, check out his channel. That's Nomeo like the movie. His name's Leroy or Lee Chavez. Chavez, multiple pronunciations. He is a really good brother. We talk a lot. He's letting me borrow his CBJ, CJB, whatever, Commissary to try. Little weeper there. Yeah, you can get yourself with this razor. So, not like any razor, but be mindful. Don't rush. Since I'm talking a little while I'm pacing myself, I still, you know, tagging myself a little bit here and there. You see, you can hear the feedback. It is very audible. Okay, let's do a rinse here and see how we're feeling. I'm gonna dry and then I'll re-wet the face for any cleanups. So where we are with this shave is my neck that always needs it. This is one if I need to get out the door just to like I just got an okay shave, this particular shave. But what I'm not trying to get BBS. I am gonna lather for a cleanup. I'm gonna take some residue off the puck here. Put some more water back on the face too. Duh. So I'm going to lather full because the post shave. I want the what's the word I'm looking for? I want the ingredients in the soap to deliver the post shave feel. I am going to touch my neck up. At $99, I would say the Dart is a good value for a beautiful stainless steel piece that is going to stay in your shave den for a long time unless you choose to sell it. And for those out there, I am considering a carve. I've had one recommendation to take the B plate, which I believe is a .78 gap, but it's so comfortable. It's a daily driver for him. Another cut above with Chris. Uses a C. I believe, Chris, is that right? Use the C. And for all intents and purposes, INTENTS. He is the daily shaver, and he uses the C plate with the bigger gap, but still he says it's super comfortable. So. Hear that? Still got... I need to grow this out and remap and more in my face a little better, because this is always a spot. So I think I'm going to go out and see a couple movies like I mentioned. I just signed up for a local chains, a loyalty program. So I'm going to get one of the movies for free. Deadpool 2 is still showing. I haven't seen it yet. So I'm going to go do that and look at Ant-Man and the Wasp. Alright, let's, again, properties of the soap. Why couldn't I remember that word? Properties of the soap. Thank you, brain. Alright. So, let's rinse this off. Now, I'll be honest, I know people are really gaga over the summer fig and the Asian plum, and those scents aren't in my wheelhouse. They're very complex. I like the summer fig better than the Asian plum if you're interested in the two. Those aren't the scents I gravitate towards in the fragrance spectrum. So I mean, a lot of friends love them, but not me. Just not my, again, soap base is wonderful. So you got plenty of options out there in terms of, if you want to try any of the Ariana and Evans Shaving Shop, his new, Peter's new lanolin and goat's milk formula. Okay, so I'm going to break out a little witch hazel. We're going to do the alum block first. So let's talk alum block. More to close spots, but let's see what our feedback is. Okay, where I did a little extra on the chin, and where I did extra here and here, but otherwise, not zero, but not much. I would say a light general feedback, but nothing insane. Very, very comfortable shave overall. Again, what you're going to find out using the dart is a bit of a learning curve. Blade exposure is there. It's a good mid-level unless you're more experienced and can just dive into it as a daily driver. I certainly could not. This would be like a 2 days plus growth razor, so I have a number of those. I got the Blackbird, I got this now. I got 1 or 2 others that I'd be more comfortable using with 2+ days growth. So I gotta consider where I'm going with hardware. But I definitely would recommend this beautiful razor. Nice balance to it. Just rolling there. The machining gives a great grip. Good length handle where it's just perfect for my hand to just steady balance and roll. I wouldn't go with a crazy aggressive. I would not put a feather in this for my shave. You might, because a lot of you are a lot better than I am. But definitely worth a shot if you want to go into a Blackland product and not spend, for the Blackbird. But a beautiful machined piece of stainless for your shave den. Little Thayer's here. And it delivers an excellent shave. I'd be very comfortable using this for 2-pass and cleanup. If I use maybe a milder blade, I could use like a 2-pass cleanup daily, but I would see it more at 2+ days growth. So beautiful razor. Shane, pleasure meeting you, and your friend who I apologize, I forgot his name. We were there, so it's kind of stupid. I'm glad the shipment came in because, man, there was a story with that. But it came in. I think they did good business once they were able to set up. And it wasn't their fault, just shipping screwed them. I felt really bad. A lot of us did because it was a highly anticipated release, and glad it came in with plenty of hours to spare. I believe it came in around 12:30 or so. So they had 3.5 hours or 4.5 hours to get set up and get the sales going. So with that, thanks for watching. Again, this has been the Blackland Dart from Blackland Razors. Also, Blackbird is their flagship one, but this is their newest release. Beautiful razor. And soap today was A&E, Ariana and Evans, SoCal Hipster. And just to wrap it up with some iced pineapple from Sterling. Just a little menthol and a little scent note that goes with it. Beautiful. All right, thanks for watching. I know it's a little long, but we're really talking about that razor. Any questions, leave them below. As Rudd says, thumbs up the video if you like this. Leave comments below if you have anything to say. Thanks for watching, friends. Bye. Love Rudd. Good man. Talk to you later. Bye.